What's up guys, Dustin here, coming at you with another Homebrew Wednesday. Today is Tuesday. Trying to knock it out early this week and getting on with it, man. So I've been talking a lot about my latest beer, my oatmeal stout. I ended up kegging that a while ago. I think I did a video in between, if not, I'm sorry. So we force carbed it, all that good jazz. And looky what I have here. That's right, guys. This is the oatmeal stout. This happens to be the vanilla version. So I actually just cranked this off with my beer gun not too long ago. First time using a beer gun. Interesting experience. Worked out pretty good. Get a nice little fizz there. I think I slightly overcarbed, or it's slightly not finished carbing, whatever. Not caring. Let's get this bad boy poured so you guys can take a look. Now this is the vanilla version, so I ended up cracking in a tablespoon. Ooh, a little bit too much head there. Ended up cracking in a tablespoon of high quality vanilla extract. Man, that smells good. So here we go, guys. Cheers, and then we'll get on with it. Oh, woo! That is good, man. All right, so we got the oatmeal stout going. I keep on wanting to call it a porter. It's definitely not a porter. This is definitely a stout. You guys can hopefully see that. Man, that is good. So, God, that's good. I can't even remember what I was going to say. I'm concentrating on the beer too much. I wrecked everything off the fermenter. There were a few mistakes made with this beer. I'm a little bit chilly today. It is freezing here in Auckland. Well, maybe not freezing and, you know, really not as cold as what I grew up in the States, but it's bloody cold, damn it. So I'm wearing a bit of a fleece. Also, I broke my microphone holder, so my fleece is actually holding that on. Gotta fix that after the video. Anyways, so I racked everything from the fermenter into the keg. Couple small mistakes were made during this beer. I've talked about a few of them. One of them I can't remember if I talked about or not. When I racked over the coffee, I used 50 grams of roasted coffee bean, crushed it up to a really coarse grind, and poured that into the fermenter about 48 hours before I racked it off to the keg. So I had cold filtered the coffee. Basically just dumped the grinds into I had a big liter jug. Put the grinds in there, put it in my fridge for 48 hours, racked that, or 24 hours, racked that into the fermenter. I was really careful when I racked it over. I used a funnel and then put a sanitized coffee filter in the funnel, poured through that. What I didn't realize was the filter had kind of crumbled and a lot of the coffee bean had actually gotten in, so oops. But so I went to rack everything off. I did my dropping of the yeast and the trub and all that. That was fun. I got that in video, I think. If I did, it'll be up here while I'm talking. Not much to say about it. It worked great. Yeah, really nothing to say about it. I love this fermenter. Being able to rack all the trub off the bottom with that dump valve worked amazing. So then I went to rack the beer off of the keg, or into the keg, which was again quite easy. I just used the smaller ball valve. I've got a little 1/4 inch BPB to a 8mm, I want to say, adapter. Ran a hose off that into the keg. Beautiful. So I'm racking it off, and it's going great, and then it slowed way down, and I'm thinking, man, that's going real slow. Checked inside, there was a bit more inside than I thought there should be. Thought maybe, you know, it's just not getting enough air, or, you know, it's pressure, too much pressure, not enough relief. So I actually took the lid off. That didn't really help. But I got, you know, probably 7/8 what I could have. And then when I went to do my cleanup, I figured out why. So those coffee grounds that had actually made it into the fermenter had completely clogged that little 8mm barb. And so, of course, the hose was on that, and I just had no way to know at all. So it wasn't until I was cleaning everything up that was completely jam stuck, just full of coffee grounds. So, you know, lesson for next time, I'll be a bit more careful. Didn't affect the beer any at all. I mean, this taste, I mean, if I can say so myself, bloody amazing. Really great coffee notes. You get that vanilla on the nose. I think next time I'll add a bit more vanilla. I'm thinking about adding a bunch of vanilla to, I did 2 kegs, so I did 3/4 of one with no vanilla and 1/4 with, like I said, a tablespoon of vanilla. I think I might just add some to that 3/4 keg. I don't think it's going to hurt anything as long as I'm quick. But it definitely has that nice vanilla and coffee aroma. It smells like, you know, a nice coffee with vanilla, and it tastes bloody amazing if I say so myself. You get that roastiness, that coffee flavor. A wee bit of that chocolate, and definitely a bit that vanilla on the front. So the vanilla fades pretty quick. That's one of the problems with vanilla. It kind of tends to fade. It's not overpowering the beer at all. Overall, I'd say I'm extremely pleased with this. This is probably one of the best beers I've done yet, and this will definitely be made numerous times. I love it. This is amazing. Full disclosure, I'd had some earlier today, so I knew what it tasted like before I tried it on video. But so anyways, continuing my clean out, had one more issue. I went to just dump everything out of the dump valve on the bottom. So I'm kind of got everything up over my sink, and I'm kind of holding on to it, hugging it so it doesn't, you know, fall over. My sink is right in front of my dining room, between my kitchen and my dining room, so carpeted area right there. I don't want to try to clean, you know, we've got tannish carpet. I don't want to try to clean beer out of that, especially not beer this heavy. So kind of holding on to it, and I opened up the dump valve, and I just opened it a little bit, and it's kind of coming out, and then it's completely stopped, and I'm thinking, man, you know, I'm kind of stuck here. I'm the only one here. My wife was at a hair appointment, so I kind of just opened it up all the way and figured I'll keep my hand in front of it, and it kind of sputtered out quite good. Just kind of a nice pff, sputter out, get the rest of the trub and whatnot out, and then it stopped. And I'm kind of thinking, what the hell could have clogged this? I had forgotten that the bung had fallen in, so the bung had actually gotten stuck into the center of the ball valve, the ball portion of the ball valve, meaning I couldn't close it anymore. It's wide open, so I'm trying to stick, you know, I've got this thing hugged, and I'm trying to hold my hand in front of it, and then I'm trying to stick my other finger up there to try to move that ball valve, or move that bung out of the way. It was just a pain, I tell you what. So silicone ball valve or bungs do not float, in case anyone was wondering, at least not in beer. Just bloody hell. So I ended up finally getting it, kind of pushed it up far enough that there was a huge release. Got beer all over my kitchen. Well, not really all over my kitchen, just kind of all over my sink, in front of my sink. Didn't get any in my dining room, thank goodness. First thing I checked, none in there. Good job. Got it over some dirty dishes, whatever, wiped down the counters, wiped down. So that was fun. But I will say that the conical fermenter, if anybody's considering getting one, there's plastic ones made by a company here in New Zealand, Malt Mechanics. There's the stainless steel by SS Brewtech, the one I got. Blickman makes some, although those are just ungodly expensive from my understanding. But if anybody's considering one, I say absolutely go for it. Being able to dump the trub and the yeast out of the ball valve, it's amazing. You can pretty much do a secondary in the same container, basically. You can also do a force transfer, which I'm going to be looking into. So the whole thing is transferred into a keg under pressure, and you don't have to worry about it. It's just beautiful. So overall, I'm extremely pleased with the fermenter. I'm really pleased with this beer and how it came out. This is probably, I mean, like I said, my favorite beer I've made so far. This isn't going to last at all. I can tell you that right now. With the, you know, even with the few mistakes that I made, it's just, and look at that head, man. That's just crazy. I'm sure it's probably overcarbed. I carbed it to 40 psi for 24 hours, and then relieve the pressure and let it sit another, it's been 48 hours, I guess, before sticking it back on at about 7 or 10 psi for serving, which might be just a little bit high by the looks of it, but, you know, it's a two-finger head coming out of the bottle from the beer gun. So first time using that, it went great. Just picked up some extra little bits and pieces to be able to hook that straight up. I got a PBT valve, or whatever they call it, valve. Cut my gas line, hooked that up to the screw portion, and that way I can screw it straight to the beer gun or screw it into the white ball valve thing. You know what I mean. Works great. So Bruce, if you watch this, you'll be getting some of this beer. If anybody else wants to do a trade, hit me up. And we'll see what we can do. I'm very pleased with this. Like I said, I only did about a quarter keg in vanilla. That's not going to last at all. I promised one person at work, well, two people at work, that I would take them some. So they're getting some, and the rest I'm going to be really stingy on the vanilla version because it's just bloody amazing. It tastes great. So still don't have a name. It's kind of a bit like a breakfast stout, you know, an oatmeal stout with a bit of vanilla. It's got that breakfasty heaviness. Came up at 6.6%, I believe, ABV, so it's not super heavy. Just kind of nice mid-range. It's not an imperial by any means, but it is just, man, that is good. That is what beer should taste like, in my humble opinion. I mean, I'm sure there's other beers out there that are a lot better, but that is good. So, what's next? I'm going to be looking at probably like a Marzen. I know it's kind of the wrong season-ish for them. We're sitting currently about fall time-ish here in Auckland. Probably should have brewed one instead of this a while ago. Just haven't had the gumption to, but you know, I tell you what, after trying this beer and using the new fermenter, I'm totally gung-ho for brewing. I'm like, let's get it on, let's do it, let's brew some more beer. So I think as soon as this quarter-ish keg is gone, I'll be cracking away at my next beer. Like I said, probably Marzen, which is an Oktoberfest style. That really malty backbone, not very hoppy. I haven't been in the mood for really hoppy beers lately. I know I've mentioned it a few times. It's just, you know, I've made everything has been pretty hoppy so far. So I'm going to get into more of the malty styles. So probably, you know, a Marzen. I'd love to do a Marzen. Maybe a California Common. Possibly a double or triple. I don't know if I can get the candy sugar here. But we'll see. I'll definitely keep you guys updated. And like I said, if anybody wants to try a bit of this and is in the area, hit me up. You can send me a message. I'll be sure to probably going to take a bottle to the guys at HomeBrew, Tiffany and Jace, to try. They've been extremely helpful, and I've not taken them beers yet, which is bad karma. So I'll rack over a couple for them and drop them off sometime. But this is just bloody good. So until next time, guys, cheers and drink good beer.